Fallout Season 2, Episode 6 proves why this show actually works. By the time Fallout reached Season 2, Episode 6, it stopped feeling like a video game adaptation and started behaving like a fully confident television drama. This episode isn't loud. It isn't action-heavy. And that's exactly why it matters. Episode 6, often referred to as The Other Player, quietly exposes the core strength of Fallout storytelling. It understands that the wasteland isn't the danger. People are. Episode 6 isn't about plot. It's about perspective. Unlike earlier episodes that focused on movement, discovery, and survival mechanics, Episode 6 slows everything down. The pacing is deliberate, sometimes uncomfortable, and intentionally restrained. What the episode really does is shift perspective. Instead of asking, what happens next? It asks something more interesting. Who's actually in control and who just thinks they are? This is where Fallout separates itself from most genre shows. The meaning behind The Other Player. The episode title isn't subtle, and it's not supposed to be. Episode 6 reframes the entire season by revealing that many of the characters we've been following aren't the main actors in the game they think they're playing. Some are pawns. Some are distractions. And some have been reacting instead of deciding. This realization hits hardest in the way characters interact rather than what they say. Power in Fallout isn't announced. It's implied. And Episode 6 leans fully into that idea. Why Fallout's world-building feels different. One of the strongest points raised in both reviews is how Fallout builds tension without relying on lore dumps. There are no long monologues explaining the past. No exposition-heavy flashbacks to spell things out. Instead, the show trusts the audience. Small details, body language, silence, hesitation, do the work that other shows force dialogue to do. Episode 6 is full of moments where nothing happens on screen, but everything changes underneath. That confidence is rare in adaptations. Characters finally stop playing it safe. Up until this point in Season 2, several characters have been operating in survival mode, reacting, adapting, and avoiding commitment. Episode 6 disrupts that. Characters begin making choices that can't be undone, carry long-term consequences, expose their true motivations. This is where Fallout stops feeling episodic and starts feeling inevitable. Once these choices are made, the season can't go back to what it was. Why Episode 6 is the season's turning point. Every strong season has a hinge episode, the moment where the story locks into its endgame. Episode 6 is that hinge. After this point, alliances stop being flexible. Neutrality disappears. Survival becomes secondary to control. The show quietly signals that the wasteland isn't about who lasts the longest, it's about who understands the board. And most characters don't. The Fallout formula finally clicks. This episode also answers a bigger question fans have been asking since Season 1. Why does Fallout work when so many game adaptations fail? The answer is simple, and Episode 6 proves it. Fallout doesn't try to recreate gameplay. It recreates player psychology. Every decision feels like a choice made under pressure, incomplete information, and moral compromise, exactly how the games feel, without copying them directly. That's not fan service. That's adaptation done right. What Episode 6 sets up for the endgame. Without spoiling future episodes, it's clear that Episode 6 redraws the map. Characters who seemed central may not survive. Characters who felt secondary now carry leverage. And motivations that once seemed simple are exposed as layered and dangerous. This episode doesn't resolve tension. It organizes it. And that's far more effective. Why this episode matters beyond Fallout. Episode 6 is a reminder that genre shows don't fail because they lack action or budget. They fail because they underestimate their audience. Fallout does the opposite. It slows down when it needs to. It withholds answers. It lets silence do the heavy lifting. That restraint is why this episode lands, and why Fallout continues to separate itself from other adaptations chasing spectacle over substance. Final take. Season 2, Episode 6 isn't the flashiest episode of Fallout, but it may be the most important. It's the moment the show stops asking for your attention and starts expecting your understanding. And if Fallout sticks the landing from here, this episode will be remembered as the point where everything changed. SignalScream bottom line. Fallout isn't winning because it's faithful to a game. It's winning because it respects storytelling, and episode 6 proves it.
SignalScream breaks down what's trending before the noise takes over. Until then, stay sharp, stay curious, and follow the signal.